What is going on, traders? Another beautiful day in the Discord. We went 2-1 for the day. We did take a loss on some calls. We got into coin calls yesterday, but we made that back tenfold. Okay. Today we jumped into IWM puts, May 16 puts, and I also let Discord members know that April 17th is fine as well at 5.29. We took profit at 6.03. Congratulations to Discord members on that. We also jumped into Apple 170 puts. Our Discord bot alerted to us that institutions are jumping into Apple 170 puts for April 11th. I added some time on it. I let Discord members know that I'm going from May 2nd and I'm going for April 17th. I went for both actually, and then we ended up trimming profit at around 4.45, and then ultimately I ended up taking profit and made about a good close to $6,000. So great day for us in the Discord, and right now we're sitting in Tesla puts just to be transparent here. But yeah, beautiful day for us in the Discord. I'm hoping new members made a bag off that Tesla play and those IWM puts. She made $280 off the IWM puts. He made $115 off the Tesla puts that we're currently in, so he chose to take profit early. That's completely fine. He made profit off of SPY calls and puts actually. He made $600 off of BABA calls. So yeah, another beautiful day for us. He, I don't know. $670 off of IWM puts. Off the IWM puts we alerted. So beautiful day for us in the Discord. Truly happy that you guys are making money. Discord link will be in the description below. So let's talk about today, because I'm thinking today was a bull trap. All right, I do. So I want to make something clear here. I don't think the bottom was in. And when I say I don't think the bottom is in, I don't think the bottom of all bottoms is in. When I was talking about bottoms before, I was talking about short-term bottoms, right? And I'm pretty sure I made that clear that I was speaking of a short-term bottom. But I don't think the bottom, the king of bottoms, is in, right? I think we have one more major drop before the market truly recovers, right? Now, when that happens, I don't know, but we're going to go over the possibility of it starting tomorrow. Okay, and you guys know I don't even like talking about the next day, right? I'm more so leaning towards the week or a week or two. But looking at the SPY 2-hour time frame, one thing we talked about in our last video was the double bottom, right? And our neckline is at 525, and we closed below this neckline. One thing you don't want to see when it comes to double bottoms or patterns in general, you don't want to see us close back below the neckline after breaking out already. The measured move for this was around, what was it, 570, but we could not get past 550 on the spot. Now, what's interesting, yesterday in the Discord, after close, I let Discord members know that institutions loaded 522 puts, May 16 522 puts, and they loaded at 544 when the SPY was at 544. And as you guys can see, they're at the ask, so that means they bought the position, and the premium was 3.15. Again, they loaded these yesterday, 6 minutes after close, when the SPY was at 544. And today, you see the SPY drop all the way to 510, 509, give or take. So they made an absolute bag. And the reason why I'm mentioning this, right, is if we go to what happens today after close, bear with me here. After close, 7 minutes after market bell, or after market closes, right, institutions someone loaded, I'm just going to say someone loaded 499 puts on the SPY for April 17th. They was loaded at the ask. Premium is 4.10 million. All right, and there's the quantity and all that fun stuff. So pretty interesting. Now, what I will say in regards to that is that there is a fair value gap. Actually, we are trading within a fair value gap right now, but the rest of the fair value gap is not mitigated. So down here, this big bullish candle right here, if we're just going to mark the rest of the fair value gap. If you mark the rest of the fair value gap here, you're looking at a move all the way to 497, between 504 and 497, in order for this fair value gap to get taken out. So today we witnessed a bounce off this fair value gap, or the rest of this fair value gap, and we headed back towards the upside. But we still have to mitigate the rest of this. So I'm assuming that that is what these guys right here are counting on. Okay, they're counting on that to play out. That's what I'm assuming. I could be wrong, but that's my best guess. We closed below 425. I mean, not 425, 525. Not an ideal scenario if you're talking about this double bottom neckline. If you want to see further downside on the SPY, we need to get below 518. If you want to see upside, you want to see us reclaim this double bottom neckline at around 525. We'll just say 526. So Again, it's looking like a trap right now. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, okay? It's looking like a trap. Triple Qs. Triple Qs, kind of better, I guess. You closed below 447, not an ideal sign, especially if you're closing below 450. That's your psych level. As long as you stay below 447, you're not too bad, but you could be looking at a move towards the 430s, 435, 436, give or take. Right, so you're kind of in this range. You're bouncing back and forth in this range. You're seeing these wild swings back and forth within this range. But if you manage to get below 435 on the triple Qs, you are very illiquid towards the low 420s. So definitely want to be careful here, guys. All right, so that's what I'm looking at for the triple Qs when it comes to downside. Now, when it comes to upside, I think it goes without saying 450. You want to see a break and retest above 450 on the triple Qs. So something like this, and then chances are we'll see a gap fill all the way towards this 465, 464 area. So that's what I'm looking at for the triple Qs. Again, you're not looking too bad, right? You're not too bad, but you're not looking great either. I'm leaning more bearish just simply off of what I'm seeing here and what I saw in the SPY as far as that fair value gap goes. I mean, even right now, you're witnessing the SPY after hours just reject this double bottom neckline. I keep wanting to say double top, but double bottom neckline. You're just witnessing it rejected so far. And that can change, right? It can change overnight. But we do have news tomorrow. So it's leading me to believe that these guys know something about the news tomorrow as far as the inflation data, right? That's my best guess on why the market would tank. I mean, I guess Trump can say something, but that's my best guess that we're getting inflation data tomorrow. A few Fed members are speaking, and I guess these guys know something, right? It's kind of like, yesterday when they got 522 puts on the SPY. Clearly they knew something, right? So kind of crazy, right? So real quick, Tesla. This is going to be a short video, by the way. Tesla. If we look at the 4-hour time frame on Tesla, right now it's kind of holding this. Okay, let's do this. Because it's a zone. I'm sorry, it's a supply and demand zone. So I don't want to steer anyone wrong here, or do my best not to. So it's a supply and demand zone. So so you're trading within the neckline, basically. I should say you're just trading within this neckline on Tesla. If Tesla gets back below, okay, this is the ultimate level of all levels. I'm just gonna make it clear, plain and simple here. If Tesla gets back below 243, 243, you're heading back to the 220s. Like, no doubt in my mind at all. You're heading towards the 220s. I'm like 98% confident that that's going to happen. If you break below 243 on Tesla and hold, okay, and hold. So what I say when I say hold, okay, just to be clear, because a lot of you think a level breaking right away is a sign of downside or upside. I want to see a break, retest, boom. Chances are you're heading to the 220s on Tesla, okay? If 243 is broken, okay? If not, then you can be, I guess, somewhat bullish on Tesla. But yeah, 243, your main level, king of levels, all levels, okay? If you go to the weekly, I want to say weekly time frame. Yeah, weekly time frame. I'm going to erase everything. Hopefully you guys got it, right? These bears are just constantly pushing this thing down, right? You hit the 50 SMA, right? You hit the 50 SMA on the weekly, and you immediately reject it at 270, around 270, 276, give or take, whatever. All right. These bears stepped in. They're trying to push this thing down. If Tesla manages to get back below the 200 MA by the end of this week, which is tomorrow, right? You're definitely looking at more downside. So if we close below the 200 MA at around 248, 247, not looking good for Tesla. Ultimately, your king of levels is 243. All right, 243. From that point on, I think Tesla is just going to head towards the low 200s, if anything. All right, so that's what I'm looking at for Tesla. Someone asked me about Meta, so I'm going to go over Meta real quick. Meta, damn, 545 was your key level here. It's currently below it after hours. I'm just going to say this. If you manage to get below 538 on Meta, no, not 538, I'm sorry, 535 on Meta, you're not looking good. You open up the floodgates to 500 all over again. All right, so you're close to these levels. You're really, really close. Your key levels on Meta, I mean, if you're like trying to day trade or scalp or something, 545, 538, and 535. You get below 535, guys, you are cooked, okay? Or Meta's cooked. If you're in calls, you're cooked. All right, but that's something you don't want to see if you're trading Meta. Other than that, that's really all I have for this video, guys. I'm trying not to go too deep into things simply because Trump is just it's a Trump's market. I mean, it's really a Trump's market. He can change his mind at any given moment. It's annoying, I know. It's manipulation, clearly, but like I say, if you can't beat the manipulation, you join the manipulation. Simple as that. I mean, yesterday was proof of that. Also, you could be looking at a hangman pattern on the SPY, by the way, looking at the daily time frame. So this could be a hangman pattern. Have to, wait and see if this plays out. I'm not a fan of hangman patterns that have wicks above them, but if it looks like the pattern, assume that it is until proven otherwise. You can also argue that it's a hammer pattern, but either way, looks bearish. But yeah, that's all I have for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Discord link is in the description below. There's always this one guy that's like, video starts here, and I always delete his comment. Hopefully he picks up on that. I always delete his comment because it's such a hater thing to do. Like, you don't say anything else. You just say video starts here because you're hating on the Discord, I guess. I don't know. It's just funny. But until the next video, traders, have a good one.